Hi, my name is Heather and I teach 5th grade in Indiana, and we are getting ready to head to school because I start school next week. So I have some planning that I need to get done and a few minor details, so go with me and check out what happens. So when I came in school today, I had all these intentions of doing some planning for my first week of school, my first 3 days. We start on a Wednesday with students, and the internet's down. So that's a little bit frustrating, but it happens. So I am finding a few other things to do so that I am not wasting too much time. So let's see here. One of the things that I am doing, so I have a Plinko board that I think I'm going to use as their choice of reward that they get as class. So when they go to specials, they take a piece of paper and the teacher kind of fills it out like they were great, they deserve to have, a point, because I just do points. So some ways that they can earn points, sometimes it's literally just a point value and that's simple, and then they can earn something. I have done like Mr. Potato Head. So they have to use all of the pieces that I put out. So every time they get a good note back from like a specials, or if we're walking in the hall and they get a compliment, they can get a point or a piece. If I get a good report from like the lunchroom, those kinds of things from other adults. I do them from me if they are exceptional. So I'm pretty strict about it. They have to really earn it. And so I'm trying to come up with some different things that they can earn. So it's not always just like extra recess. Although they love that, it's just not always feasible. And so with the Plinko board, there's, I'll have to go get it here in a second, but there's numbers down at the bottom. And so I'm just going to associate a number with different things. And so they can, once they get those points or they do the face of the Mr. Potato Head, I have done like, what's that game that has, you put all the sticks in it and the marbles. And so each time they got a compliment, we would pull a stick out until the marbles fell. So I just try and find different ways to get them excited about doing their best when they're outside of the classroom. So right now, this is what I have. So I have different games. A lot of them are board games. Some of them are card games. Some of them are more like building materials. So like the hashtags, building blocks. I have some, Legos, those kinds of games. To do a virtual field trip. I thought that could be fun, and it's still educational, but it's a break in the day. They can earn a snack. So a lot of times I will keep like the little cosmic brownies on hand as long as there's no allergies to any of that. So that, we're getting ready to start school. So snack, I will have to figure out pretty quickly. Obviously the extra recess, a video or a movie. I was thinking more like, the short films. So like, a lot of the Scooby-Doo cartoons are around 20 minutes or so. So I was thinking something like that, because I only do it for about 20 minutes. They don't ever get free time on their iPad, and there's reasons for that because they are on technology too much in general. And so they are usually excited about this. So that is something to consider. Free reading, they're not usually very excited about this at the beginning, but as I get them to realize their love of books and to get into a story, this becomes more popular. Playing Blue-Kits, so just fun Blue-Kits that, we can race and I play with them and stuff like that. So that's what I have so far. I gotta go count how many I would need. I mean, I can repeat some, it's not a big deal. But if you have any ideas for a whole class reward, drop them in the comments below. So here is my Plinko board, and I just ordered this on Amazon. So I'm just going to make a list of what these mean. So like 0, maybe if the disc goes into 0, then they would earn maybe extra recess. So that's why I'm going to do that, so that I don't really have to mess with it and put stuff on there. Just there's not time for that. So I will be the one to drop it. I might, you know, label like up here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it is. And so maybe we pick a number somehow, and that's where I drop it. So it's dropped at a different place every time, and then wherever it goes would be their reward, and that's what they got. I'm very, you know, what I say goes. And so if they whine and complain about it, then a lot of times I take it away. And so I only usually have to do that once before they realize that it's a privilege to earn this extra time. You worked hard for it. You deserve to have that time. But if you're not going to be thankful for what you are given, then you don't have to have it. So it's something I feel like they have to learn because they get so much anymore. And so here's just an example of Mr. Potato Head. So usually I choose 10 pieces. And so when they get all 10 pieces on Mr. Potato Head, then we will do Plinko, and we will decide what group activity they have earned. So I think I need at least one more idea so that I don't have to repeat anything. So again, if you have any ideas for a whole group reward, you know, just comment below. The other thing I have been working on are these are just magnets from Dollar Tree, and I use them on this magnetic board right here, and I will put the numbers around the outside right here, and they will come in and move it to a school lunch or home lunch. And then that's how I do their bathrooms too. They get 2 bathroom passes a day. That doesn't include when we go before lunch or when they can go before school. So that's just during like instruction time. And so that's kind of how I keep track of that. All right, so again, these are just Dollar Tree magnets, and I just used this Dollar Tree marker, the metallic marker, in white to write the numbers on. I don't have a Cricut, so I just do it by hand, and then I just put a piece of packaging tape over it to keep them on there as long as possible, because if not, it does come off. Last year I did it with permanent marker and I had to redo them, so I just thought I would try it this way this year and see if that works. So here is what that looks like. I need to cut off the excess here. I wanted to do black washi tape, but I was out of that. So if I ever find it, I thought I had more, I will do that. And so then this I will label, again, Cricut would be great, but since I don't have that, I will use marker, and I will just randomly, you know, fix that when I need to. So it's not a big deal. I don't have to do it super often, but I will put school lunch, home lunch, bathroom 1, bathroom 2. So, and they just come in every morning. They love to come up on the stage to do this, and so they move their number to where they need to. If they need to use the bathroom, they move it again, and then they also come up here to do a quick check. So I usually have some type of question. Sometimes it's just a check-in, you know, how are you feeling today, those kinds of things, and they will put their stuff up here on the quick check. All right, so what I have here, this is my student notebook, and I just take, Post-it tabs, and I just label them by however many students I have in my class. And what I use this for is any notes about a student. So, usually I go in alphabetical order because obviously that's what makes sense, but each number corresponds with a student. And so if I have anything to note about that student, I write it in this notebook. It could be phone calls home. This is where I document all of that. The conversation I had with the parents, if they had any comments or questions, that's all in here. If I'm having behavior issues, I write that down. So, you can't call home every time something happens, but then I can be like, listen, we've had this happen this many times because I have it documented. Sometimes it's social issues that I put in here. I notice that maybe people don't, there's a certain student that doesn't have many friends or has seemed really down, those kinds of things. So if I need to have conversations with parents about that, especially during like parent-teacher conferences, I have all these notes. So it's really anything that goes on with a student that I need to note just to cover myself. It goes in this book, but it's come in handy when I've had to talk to parents, when I've had difficult situations and I've had to go into administration. I can show them my documentation of that. So this is something that I suggest that all teachers do. It's a great way to document. It's all in one spot. I just always have it very readily available. I can jot a couple notes down and continue going on about my day. So it's a quick way to keep documentation. I know I said in my previous video we would be planning. However, that will be the next one. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and you turn on the notifications. And I'll see you next time.